What up, guys? It's your boy, Just King ZA. And yeah, let's continue, man. Let's continue on our political talks. Um as we continue on the past couple of videos that I've been doing, talking about the elections and everything. So, right now, we'll talk about Cyril Ramaphosa, the ANC, and its last opportunity to prove itself to the people of South Africa. This is the last chance, the last opportunity to prove itself. People couldn't believe what happened to the ANC. They couldn't believe it. The ANC themselves couldn't believe it. Let me rather rephrase that. The people knew what they were going to do, but the ANC people were so high up their horses that they didn't even think this could happen. That they could be below 50%. That they could lose their outright majority. It happened, and it's serious. It's serious. And a party that has liberated us, the party that we have envisioned ourselves going to the end with, could be gone for good. We could be looking at a completely new South Africa for a very long time. And it's not a place where such a thing should be happening. Greed shouldn't be getting to the people's heads this much. The ANC needs restructuring. It needs as we've been saying all along, it needs new blood. The ANC needs new blood. Everything in the world needs new blood. You cannot hold on to power. You cannot hold on to everything. You need to understand the cycle of life, that the old generation, as good as you guys were, as much as you fought for freedom, but you need to pass the torch. If you don't understand that part with anything in life, if you don't understand that part, then you will become a dinosaur. You will become a dinosaur. You will cease to exist. Even if you exist, but you will cease to exist. You will not be part of anything. No matter how powerful you are. That is why the best business people in the world, the best mentors, they understand that mentorship is paramount. It is the most important thing to pass down the skills to the next generation. It is the most important thing. Longevity, that is how longevity is made of a company. That is how you make a company that is 400 years old, 200 years old. You know what I'm saying? So a party like the ANC is a party that's supposed to be, as you can see how it was. The ANC started in the 1900s, early 1900s, 1912, I believe. But in order for the ANC to still be here today, what happened? You had to have people like the new generation of that time, of the 1940s, 1930s, to come in, and be rebels and really revolutionize the ANC. And the older people did what? They stepped aside. You know what I'm saying? They stepped aside. Who knows? They probably did, a lot of other things. You can see guys like O.R. Tambo and, a lot of the older, the mentors of the Mandelas and all that. Those people, they knew when to step aside to say, Mandela is the man, even though they had mentored him, they knew that we can pass the torch. You need to be able to pass the torch, because what did they say? Die a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. That statement is very, very true. And the ANC needs to know that. The ANC needs that. They need to retire a hero. Retire heroes, and then let the new story begin. Then you can become the council, you can become recognized, you can be put on those seats to say, we honor you. You are our mentor. We are not here without you. So that's what the ANC needs. This greed is not good. Greed leads to distraction. Greed leads to distraction, And that's why you're starting to see this is the first crack of destruction towards the ANC. The next one will be even bigger. You're going to find the ANC going below 10%. You know, you're going to find the ANC going below 10%. And the problem now is that let me tell you something. The DA's power is going to remain, they're going to remain there by 3.5 million votes, 3.6 million votes. Even if they don't increase, even if they don't go down, that whole minority power will make them a very powerful force. Who knows, maybe it will increase. Or maybe the votes of other parties will just go down, 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 to a point where, you know, the DA is the most, you know, powerful, or has the most votes, you know, even if it's 20%, even if it's whatever, but you may find that they are leading, you know. And then the Oppenheimers and all those people can just establish another party, multiple other parties. You know what I'm saying? We can have the DA, have the Freedom Front Plus, it's already doing well as well. We can establish other ones, you know. And before you know it, they've got multiple other parties within that they can form a coalition with. And before you know it, you're like, oh, it's a coalition. They're like, no, we're forming, this party is now officially becoming part of the DA. Do you understand? The white people in South Africa are working very hard to claim back the government. They're working very hard. They're doing as much as they can to claim back the government. They're doing it very strategically. They're doing it over years. They've got a 5-year, 10-year, 30-year plan. You've clearly seen it. They're just being consistent. So it's very sad to see a big party like the ANC, you know, to be losing power. And at this rate, you know, the rate that they are losing power is bad, you know. It's like the fall of Goliath, you know. It's like, damn, what an upset. Do you understand? What an upset. So as the people, you know, black people of South Africa, we need to stop the corruption mentality. We need to stop, you know, this need to be corrupt all the time. Do you understand? We need to stop this thing of thinking, having a, what do they call it? Scarcity mindset. You know, we need to stop having a scarcity mindset. We need to understand that life is all about patience, persistence, integrity, being honest. Do you understand? It's all about that. It's all about being honest, having integrity, having, you know, pushing for the right things, even if the right things don't have the results right now. Over time, they will have the results. You understand? Over time, the results will come. The results will show. But we need to be very, very, we need to be believers, you know. The more we drift away from the Christian faith, the more destruction will come, the more loss of power. Because God does not like unbelievers. God does not like non-believers. The more far away you go from God, the more you will lose out. You won't be the leader. Because remember, God is the one that chooses the government. You can go and read that in the Bible. Just go to Google, you check. God is the one that chooses government, or you will find it. So all this government that you see, God allows it. So if you are not of God, if you don't push the principles of God, you will fall off. You will not be part of government. And the ones that believe in God will be elected. So the problem is that person, those people might not be who you like. So black people, this is a urgent warning. We need to strengthen our faith and practice our faith even more. So Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC only have one shot. One shot. Probably even 3 years. They only have 3 years, honestly, to really prove that is this term working. So South African money really needs to be used right now. Development needs to be made. Jobs need to be created. Jobs really need to be created in the next year. Honestly speaking, I'm telling you the truth. Within the next year, the youth should be working. A lot of youth should be working. In the next 2 years, the youth should be set, should be working, providing for their families. The number of people dependent on grants must go down, and the unemployment rate must go down. Everything must, the rent to dollar, must go down. Needs to go down within the next 2 years, because if we have 2 years of literally no movement, then it's gonna be hell. There's even a possibility of an uprise. People are gonna be so fed up. People are gonna be, so hungry. They're gonna have to do something. People are gonna have to be, people are fed up already. People are fed up. People are fuming. If you guys can go to TikTok, you go to TikTok right there, you listen to what people say. You listen to what people are saying there. They are fuming. The rise of foreigners in South Africa, taking jobs, having all the jobs, working getting minimum wage and all these things. All these things. You go to the restaurant, it's people from other countries who are working. You got Zimbabweans, you got all these type of people who are working. You ask yourself, where are the South Africans? You understand? You ask yourself, where is the South Africans? So all of this, people are fuming. I don't know if you guys in government, if anyone in government is watching this thing, I don't know if you are listening to, you have your ear to the ground, If you have your ear to the ground, you will start to hear that people are angry. People are furious. People are mad furious. They're angry. They really, really. Right now, it's like we're at that point where it's only gonna take one thing to flip the switch, and it's gonna be mayhem. You know what I'm saying? The people of South Africa want what they want. It's like that uprising, that looting that was happening. That was a sign. That was a sign. People are hungry. People are hungry, and they will not take anything you say. They're just gonna take from the rich, and that's that. They're just gonna take from the rich, and it's gonna be a very hot mess. For real, because people have been starving. People have been unemployed for close to a decade. People who got qualifications, people who got all these things, people who have been humble members of society, wanting to improve their lives and contribute to society and the economy, and and do a profession within the economy landscape. But their dreams have been shattered. The dreams that they had when they were young, believing that they would work and provide and do all these things, they can't do that. And that thing is really, it's almost like a waste of life, a waste of progress, a waste of not even progress, but a waste of, effort on your part, as someone who sacrificed his life or their life to push this agenda of education, not even an agenda, but this notion of education. And education is the key, and really following the rules and being a humble citizen who is trying to be in a profession, you know. So yeah, there's no way that people can just sit around and watch people from other countries just work, and watch companies exploit them, and companies just do as they please without understanding that they need to work. The people, without catering for, this is almost like slavery. What's happening? It's almost like slavery. It's almost like a cheap labor thing. It's almost like they're taking Africans as slaves, to come and work, while they leave out the people of South Africa who are supposed to gain from the economy, who are supposed to be earning proper salaries, but they don't want to pay people proper salaries. They just want to gain. They just want to be capitalistic. They want to be very, 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 very capitalistic. You understand what I'm saying? So capitalistic in almost like a slave trade way, where they leave the border as is. They're leaving the border the way it is, and in leaving the border the way it is, they're allowing some sort of weird situation where people are just coming into South Africa. They just come from wherever they're coming, and they just come to South Africa. They go, they pass through there. Some of them pay bribes to the officials there. They come in as they please, They cross the Limpopo River there with risking their lives, with the crocodiles there. They swim there. They get over, they come, and they come in illegal ways. And then these people here in South Africa, especially the white people, are hiring them. They're doing some mess. This is messed up. People from all over the continent, they come, maybe go to Zimbabwe, go to wherever. They find ways to come through, And now you got a city like Johannesburg, literally a mess of immigrants there. It's a mess of immigrants. You wouldn't love to go to Johannesburg and work and walk there. You wouldn't. It is a mess. There's piss everywhere. It smells like shit. It smells like all this type of what they call it, garbage. All type of smells. All type. It's wet. So it's a mess, guys. It's a mess. Tents everywhere, people selling clothes, selling some messed up weird clothes, Smells like, hey, it is just you go there, it's all people from Africa. You find Somalians in shops, find Nigerians, you find all type of people. You find Malawians, you find Mozambicans. But it's not maintained. You look at the flats, you find clothes just hanging on the balconies, no neatness, nothing, just a messed up way of living. And as a South African, when you go there, it's not a good sight. It is a mess, So those type of things, as South Africans, as we watch those things, it's not a pretty sight. Think that this is our country, but it's this white capitalists, even the black capitalists, every capitalist, they don't mind this as long as they got cheap labor. As long as they got cheap labor, who are you to talk? As long as they can still be making trillions and billions and millions, they're good. They don't care about you live in a shack, you live in what? You're waiting for a house, they don't care about that. You want to get employed or whatever, they ask you for 5 years experience. They ask you for... That thing is a way to push out South Africans, I once went for this interview. This white lady, You could tell. I went there, showed her. I was busy, I was qualified. I still had my national diploma. I was doing my degree. I gave her, told her, yo, this is who I am. I'm at varsity currently. I want some experience. She looked at my qualifications. You could tell that she's not into it, man. Starts asking me, do I know Excel? I mean, come on, what's Excel? Come on, it's a simple program. Like, you can learn Excel as on the go. You don't need some qualification to work Excel. Excel is just a program on the, just like Word, just like, you don't even need to learn that thing. You can learn it on the fly. You can go to Google, I want to do this. I want to calculate, Otherwise, she'd be telling me that, hey, you don't have experience with Excel. Yeah, you see, this is my problem. Hey, university kids, what. She's almost just like tossing me aside. It's like even calling me for that interview. She just called me just to spit on my face or something. Because these people, they're not qualified. They don't go to university. They just immediately start working. So they like to shit on black South Africans that have went to university and have went through that whole path of going to university and doing their thing. So it's really messed up. It's really messed up. So that's what's happening. So instead of me, she'd much rather hire some weird person that she just sees is not a threat to her. She feels that is not a threat to her. So basically, cheap labor. Rather than hiring than a professional, she much rather hire someone who's not. Someone who's just trying their luck. Someone who doesn't ask too many questions. So do you understand the type of country we're in right now? It's a mess. So the people of South Africa are not asleep. They try to give us drugs. You know what I'm saying? They try to give the people of South Africa drugs. They try to give us drugs, thinking, they caught some of the youngins. They caught them. Hence we have this whole Nyaupe situation, where some kids are smoking and doing all these things. So they're trying to destroy us, destroy the male human in South Africa, so that it's not awake, it's not present, it's not in the economy, it's not anywhere represented. It's not anywhere represented. You're not anywhere. You're not to be seen. So that they can hire those people, which is, for me, is very demonic. And it truly it's a hate of, this is an apartheid continuing. This is apartheid continuing. People are going to school who try and be the best that they can be. But you know what I'm saying? The situation is now you have to figure out how to start businesses. You have to start, trying to make a pathway for yourself. So it is very, very important that this government, even the DA, let me tell you something about the DA. Even the DA is not immune. They are not immune to this thing. They are not immune. If they fail to perform, they only have 5 years. So if within these 5 years they don't do the right thing, they think that they're going to grow. They're going to keep growing. But the majority of South Africa, our people, just need to say, nah, we don't want this, we don't want this. Our people can just make another decision, And as long as people like me are still alive, I will be on the forefront to ensure that we teach our people that, you see, this is what they are planning now. This is what the white elites, are planning now. Look, now they establish a new party. Look at Rise Mzansi. Who's funding them? Let's check it out. We go there, we speak, we come here on YouTube. So subscribe. I'm gonna be talking a lot. If anything is happening, we're gonna really talk about it. We're gonna expose, you know. We're gonna join Julius Malema in exposing, even though we're not part of the EFF, but we're gonna expose whatever evil is happening, whatever plans that the white monopoly capital is planning in terms of funding parties, doing all these things, dividing our votes, doing, you know. We're gonna try by all means to unite black people, because we're being played here, and we're not. Our black people are the pawns. Even the leaders are the pawns. The white monopoly capital is the one behind everything. They are playing chess with us. We are pawns in their game. So it's sad. It's sad. It's a bad thing. A lot of things need to be done. A lot of movement needs to be done. We need to make a change. We need to work 10 times harder to research and really fight this thing, because it is official. It's a warfare. They don't want you guys to work. They want you to be on drugs. They want you to, with your qualification, with your master's degree, sitting at home, they want you to be a drunkard, drink and drive, and kill yourself. You know, they want you to kill yourself sitting in a room because of depression and hang yourself. You know, that's what they want. They want you to start smoking and drinking codeine and lean, and end up going into crystal meth and nyaupe and all those things. With your degrees and whatever, you'll be a junkie. They want as many hobos on the streets as possible. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? So that's the plan. So we need to stay off drugs, guys. We need to stay off drugs. We need to stay off alcohol. I know a lot of you guys love alcohol, but let's cut it. Let's not even drink that thing, man. To tell you the truth, let's not even drink that thing. Let's be sober. Let's drink when we're celebrating, when now we know that we conquered these people. Then we can drink. You know? Sharp, you drink, but don't overdo it. Don't be every Saturday, every Sunday, you drink to that point where you can't even walk, or you can't even recognize, can't even remember what happened yesterday. No. That's not we can't be that happy. What are we happy about? What are we happy about? You know? We can't be that happy as if all is well when it comes to our economic situation. As much as I disagree with a lot of things Julius Malema says, but economic freedom is needed. Economic freedom is a must. We need to fight these people who are fighting with us in the background. We need to fight these capitalists. We need to make sure we go to war with these capitalists. We cannot sleep. You cannot sleep any longer. We can use our phones to research and really find real information and study the patterns. We need to be in the background. We need to become intelligence of the people. So you guys, some of y'all are buying iPhones and all that. You're using the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 16 Pro Max, whatever. I don't know even if the 16 is out already. But you're using these very expensive phones that cost 50,000 or 30,000 or 40,000 there, 40,000 rands for a cell phone. You are using those things, guys. You are using those things. What are you doing with those things? I can tell you right now, I'm using an iPhone 6s with a whack battery that switches off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Not that I can't buy a bigger one, but I'm trying to use this. I'm using this one. So what can you do with yours? You can do a lot. I'm shooting a video right now that's gonna be watched by a lot of people. Gonna wake up a lot of people. I'm using it for I'm using the beautiful camera, because I know the camera is too much. So of any iPhone, even if you can go to iPhone 3, you get a camera that's better than anything when it comes to phones. So I'm using it to do these videos, TikTok, do the videos, clip these videos into multiple clips, put them as shorts, put them, you know what I'm saying? This thing, you can't just buy a phone and it's just for show, to look good in front of people. You need to use it as a weapon. Your phone is your gun in this new age. In this new apartheid, your phone is your gun. Do you understand? So you need to start using your phone as something. There's so much technology that's happening. We need to use this technology to fight our warfare against the elites. You know what I'm saying? We really need to do that. We need to use this thing to fight the elites. We need to make this is the new way of fighting. It's a technological way of fighting. They use the media, the TV, the news, the social medias. They pay for campaigns. They pay for campaigns. They do all this type of crazy things to try and pollute your mind and make you move a certain way, to be ignorant of certain things. You know. So we need to do that. When it comes to the ANC needs to, we as black people and the ANC, we've got 5 years, to prove, to do something. Not just the ANC, but every black person. We've got 5 years to catch up to the white elites, the intelligence of the capitalists. We need to catch up to their research, because they have researched us for the next 50 years. They know each and every move, that we're going to make. Every mistake, they know each and every probability. So we need to catch up in this warfare. Otherwise, this government is going to end up completely in our enemies' hands. They are researching you. They even know, like they can even track your phone. They can even track what you do on this app, and this app, and they can evaluate your mind to see that, oh, we need to put this type of things in front of this person. So they know how to program you. They know how to program your mind. They are studying you. You think you are alone on your phone, but you are being watched. You're being watched. Everything you do is being watched. So we've got a lot of work to do. I know I said a lot of things, but this is what I like. I like to really put all my feelings, on a video, so that people can, it's food for thought. I want you to, in Chivenda we say, kabayo lama rambo atho. Hambo yodla amathambo wengqondo. Tsamaya uyodla marapo I don't know what's brain in Sesotho. You know what I'm saying? So you need to about this video here. Go and think. I want you to meditate and ask yourselves questions. We are at war, guys. This country cannot be led by people who have, or the descendants of people who have done such atrocious things to people of our race. That cannot happen. This is Africa. This is South Africa. Africa my beginning, Africa my end. Do you understand? Africa, my African dream. My African dream. There's a new tomorrow. You understand? So it's a warfare. I won't put it only on the ANC. I put it on to all of us. We need to get back together. This is all ANC supporters, all EFF supporters, all MK supporters, all PAC, all these things. Gaten Mackenzie, PA, Rise Mzansi, Mr. Rise Mzansi, you need to get off of that Rupert, that Oppenheimer, whatever rumor that I'm talking about. You need to get off. You need to stand alone. You need to stand alone because you can't be sold out. You can't sell out. You need to get out of the webs of those type of things. The Stellenbosch Mafia and all those things. You need to get off. You know. You need to get off those things, and we as black people cannot be quarreling with each other. And as Jacob Zuma also, you need to find a middle ground. You can't just be there, to a point where you think we cannot really understand what you're trying to say to us. We need to come together, guys. As the black race, we cannot keep getting conquered. Anyway, it's your boy, Just King Zede. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.